Okay, hello children and hello everyone. You know, in the last few slides we have seen and understood that what is the meaning of supply, and as well as we have seen that what are the hello everyone. In the last few slides we have seen that what is supply. We have also seen that what kind of elasticity of supply will be there. Now we will see that what are the factors which are responsible for the elasticity of supply. So we will see in this presentation like there are 5 to 6 factors which plays an important part and which actually impacts the price elasticity of supply. The first one is nature of the commodity. As you could see, it is written here that elasticity of supply of durable goods is greater than elasticity of perishable goods. Now I'll give you a few examples. Now when we talk about durable goods can be fridge, washing machine, whereas the perishable goods are which has to be sell into the market as soon as possible because it will very soon spoil or rotten. So what will happen? Suppose even if the price increase or decrease, are you in a situation to keep the perishable goods with you? No, because the perishable goods will rotten off. They will spoil very quickly. So whatever the price will be, seller wants to sell the perishable goods immediately. Whereas when we talk about durable goods are those goods which can be kept with the supplier for a longer period of time. So what we can understand by this, that elasticity of supply of durable goods such as television, washing machine, then those of perishable goods, then those of perishable goods such as fruits, vegetables, so will be higher, will be greater. Because like I explained you right now, the durable goods में what will happen, the supplier can keep the product with him. Because if the price is less, the supplier will surely not supply the particular product into the economy. And the supplier will surely sell perishable goods because it will rotten. So the elasticity of supply of durable goods is greater and elasticity of perishable goods is, as compared to durable goods, lesser. Now the next factor is nature of input used. Now what kind of input we are talking about here? We are talking about the raw material used into the production of the final goods. So the elasticity of supply also depends on the nature of input, right? Because if the production of a commodity uses factor of production that can be easily available, like plastic, if we are taking an example. So if this is easily available, then the product will be more elastic supply. The product will have more elastic supply because you can easily increase or decrease the supply of the product because the input is easily available. But suppose at the other hand we have some goods like there is some wooden craft work is done based on the sandalwood. Now sandalwood is a kind of wood which could not be easily available into the market and it can be only from the jungle of Mysore. So in that case, as compared to the input which are easily available, the elasticity of this particular good will be less. I think you are able to understand why. Now the next is risk taking. Now risk taking means that it also depends on that what is the willingness of the entrepreneur. If the entrepreneur is capable enough to take risk, the supply will be more elastic. I mean to say here is that if the less elastic, because what will happen, the supplier is not in a situation to bear the risk and immediately the supplier will withhold the supply of the commodity. I think you are able to understand what I mean to say. So we can say that the demand of the supply also depends on the willingness of the entrepreneur to assume risk, right? Because the supply will be less elastic if the entrepreneur hesitate to take risk. The supply will be more elastic if the entrepreneur is inclined to take risk, and more supply will be forthcoming for the small increase in the prices, and supply will be more elastic. For example, if entrepreneur takes risk and book a very big order, एक entrepreneur है जिसने एक risk लिया and he basically books a big order even if he has less capital and machinery, he will be able to supply more even price rises marginally because he is able to bear the risk. So the supply will be more elastic if the entrepreneur is ready to take more risk, but it will be less elastic if the entrepreneur hesitates to take risk. Now it also depends on the time period, that in how much time period we can make supply into the market. There could be three situations: very short time period, short period and large period. During very short time period, what happens? That supplier is not a situation to adjust supply, because supplier is not in a situation to purchase machinery, to purchase land and to manage resources. I think you are able to understand. Okay? So in a very short period, the supply of the commodity does remain perfectly inelastic and it will not change. Because suppose if something is happening today, I will not be able to change my supply tomorrow in a very short period. Now, short period. During this short period, the seller can adjust his supply to a certain extent in response to the change in price of the commodity. Because he may increase the labor. Maybe I am not able to increase my machinery or land, but in a short period of time, I can increase or decrease my labor to have a control on my supply. So the commodity remains relatively inelastic, not so much change. I can only increase the labor. So we will say that it will also be relatively inelastic. Now long period. During the long period, the seller can easily adjust his supply according to the change in the price of the commodity, because now he has got sufficient time to increase or decrease the production. If suppose, I just want to give you one example. For example, if a producer is considering, adjusting his production plans over a long horizon of time. He wants to adjust his production, but in a long horizon of time, he will, reorganize everything, including the production process. He may substitute one input into another. He may install new plant. He will have some new production requirements, and he can opt for various new technologies available. So in the long run, he will be able to control, or he will be able to increase the supply into the market. That means the commodity becomes more elastic. So these were the points which I think will be very helpful you to understand that how the elasticity of demand is affected, and what are the factors which are purely responsible for these. So thank you so much. If the concept is like you are not able to understand something, and if you think that I should add on few things here, you can tell me and I can add on these things in my next lecture. Thank you so much.